Dunkin Donuts on Salina Street in Syracuse. On Sunday evening, there was a homeless man that had, we now know, he says he was simply charging his phone, and he put his head down on the table in the booth, and apparently employees there had told him not to sleep in there. They thought he was sleeping. They poured ice water over top of him, and he went running out. We now know he suffers from schizophrenia, young guy, as a matter of fact, and chooses to live outside on the streets. That's his choice. He has a place to go. He could go with his mother, but chooses not to. Al-Amin Mohammad is a Syracuse homeless advocate who immediately went to the scene yesterday at Dunkin Donuts on Salina Street, and a protest ensued. Later in the day, the employees were fired. Al-Amin Mohammad is on the air right now. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning.
So you accomplished quite a lot yesterday, I would say.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a long day, but I loved it. I loved it.
All right. So what are you finding out that happened? And we understand the employees have been since fired from Sunday night.
Yes, absolutely. I was at home asleep, and I noticed my phone was ringing all night, and I had a lot of notifications on Facebook, Instagram. And I finally checked it out. I seen the video, and I was really, really, really struck, really shocked when I seen the video. And the most important part of the video I noticed, and it brought me back to when I was homeless. By the way, I was homeless for 10 years myself, chronically homeless.
Wow.
So what I noticed about the video, and I ain't pay attention to nothing else, but I pay attention when Jeremy, how he had that look after that water was dumped on him.
Yeah.
That hopeless look that he gave up right then and there. And I know that feeling because I was told to myself several times that I would never amount to none, I would never be none. And I got a bottle of beer thrown at me. So as soon as I got up and saw the video, I told my wife, and she looked at me. She knew what I was about to do. So I got dressed, and I went straight to the Dunkin' Donuts. As soon as I got to the Dunkin' Donuts, the employees was there. I had my signs, my protest signs with me, and I asked them, may I please speak to the manager? So the employees told the manager went there to try to call the manager, and I told him, can you tell her to come up here as soon as possible? We need to talk.
Yeah.
So she didn't respond, and before I left, I told them peacefully, I said, you guys don't know who I am. I'm doing magnificent work in the city of Syracuse, and I will boycott this whole place. And I had a lot of people supporting me. And they looked like they didn't really believe me, but I understand that. So what I did, I left. I put a call out on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and the call was answered.
Yeah, you had there were a lot of people out there. Do you accept that the Dunkin' Donuts did the right thing by firing those employees?
To be honest with you, Dunkin' Donuts have the choice to do what they had to do regarding that situation. But me, I wouldn't mind them to come and do some classes or workshops. For example, we have an event every Saturday called Sandwich Saturday. We bring the community together, and we go out and we feed the homeless, clothe the homeless, and most importantly, we reach out to the heart, to the homeless community. So I feel that if he would have came, suspend him, and just come to where we at and learn much more and have knowledge about the less fortunate, I would guarantee you his whole mentality would have changed, because we deal over with 300-some people every week, and a lot of people don't come straight to our event and say, hey, I'm compassionate. I want to feed the homeless. A lot of them come with different mindset, like homeless people are bums and they beg too much, and et cetera. But as soon as they're done after the event, their whole mentality changed.
So, right, we talked about this a bit this morning. You understand that obviously you can't have people coming in and sleeping there. But what you're saying is, instead of firing the employees responsible, keep them, but send them to a program like this so they can learn and have a better understanding. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow,
exactly.
I think I'm surprised at that take.
You were expecting a different answer.
I was expecting you to be condemning Dunkin' Donuts at every turn, and how could they? And obviously, it's a terrible thing. Nobody's defending what happened.
By the way, I want to say, my son worked for Dunkin' Donuts, and they have. Well, I was speaking with him about this yesterday, and he's the one that showed me the video in the first place. They have a full program to teach people how to treat customers, compassion, et cetera, diversity, race, all of that stuff. I think they do a really great job. The problem is, you get employees that go on their own and they do something stupid.
Exactly, like what happened the other day.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Yeah,
you're right about that. And I honestly, I wanted, and it might not happen, but this is how I feel, that he meets Jeremy and sit there and talk about it and start dialoguing. I know Jeremy personally. He comes and we serve him every Saturday. Good, beautiful young man. And he shouldn't have been treated like that at all.
Yeah. And there's obviously a mental illness. He chooses to live on the street.
Yes. You know what? To be honest with you, I'm gonna be careful saying that because I don't think nobody chooses to be on the streets.
Yeah.
I feel that the mental health state makes him think differently about life.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Al-Amin,
we wouldn't understand,
right.
And that's the difficult part, right? We don't understand it.
I got a question for you. You being so involved in the homeless community, helping them in Syracuse, what do you see as the big contributing factor to the homeless problem? Is it mental illness? Is there a bigger drug problem there? What do you think it is?
What it is it's mental illness and drug. It's both of them. Both of them go hand in hand in Syracuse. There's nobody really they're talking about the issue, but they're not being aggressive.
Yeah.
And the poverty number is going up. We was number 13, now we're number 9.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how that happened so fast. We was just number 10 recently. You know what I'm saying? So myself, I think what's the problem is to support grassroots organizations that's on the ground and making impact.
Yeah.
And what I mean making impact is that they find a job. Don't you know at our event that I stress that there's power in community. And when people come to San Jose to our event, we have doctors and lawyers and different people from all walks of life come, and they go to the community and start feeding the homeless, start building relationships, and then all of a sudden you find out the guy or the young lady that has a job.
Yeah.
Or have housing. And it's not because of me. All I did was open the door.
Yep. Al-Amin Mohammad came forward to assist the homeless guy that was really abused at Dunkin' Donuts by employees who've been fired. Came to his rescue yesterday and really did create a bit of a stir on Salina Street yesterday. Can you tell me? Number one, I want to first ask you, how do you said you were homeless for 10 years? How did you correct that problem?
How I correct that problem? That when I got out of prison, I became homeless, and I was real scared, to be honest with you, because I ain't never been homeless day in my life. I didn't know how to approach that. So I started becoming chronic. I'm eating out of garbage cans, step on the bridges.
Wow.
I had a lot of people who was mean to me when I was panhandling, and they thought I was aggressive. But I'm the type of person that have a deep voice. And I'm a kind of big guy, and I'm African American as well. So I guess they took that as aggressive.
Yeah.
So when I finally got told to go to detox, and I met a caseworker, I'm going to highlight that word, caseworker.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at me, heard my story, and he looked at me, and he was like, Al-Amin, you should never, ever went through what you went through, and I will help you. I believe in you. And one day you're going to help a lot of people. The man grabbed me and hugged me and kissed me on my cheek like a father, like a brother, like a mentor. And that right there gave me the motivation that I needed. So I went out and got my diploma, graduated from Atlanta Tech. Finally got housing, y'all. Finally got housing.
Wow.
And when I overcame all that, I told myself I need to start a nonprofit. I have the tools and information to improve the quality of people's lives. So that's when I created We Rise Above the Streets. And then when I created We Rise Above the Streets, I started getting in the streets and start talking about issues aggressively, because at first people in Syracuse thought I was crazy, in the beginning. But now they're taking these issues real serious now, because I'm always on the ground. I'm always everywhere. I got the community together. You know what? To be honest with you, nobody in history, I was told this from people that stay in Syracuse, nobody in Syracuse never did what we did to bring the community together from different walks of life, diversity groups, black, white, Christian, Muslims, Jews, everybody in one room for one person to help humanity.
Pretty big, and good for you. Congratulations on this transformation and the fact that you're doing something to make things better. That's a real big deal.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You can follow him on Facebook, by the way, Al-Amin Mohammad.
I was just going to say, too, if some of our listeners wanted to make a donation to your organization and what you do, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, they can go to PayPal and type in "We Rise Above the Streets" with the S behind the streets at gmail.com. Or they can We Rise Above the Streets Recovery Outreach on Facebook and hit the donation button.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Thanks so much for taking the time and for what you do out there. Great
when
job.
you're in Utica, stop in. We'll love to have you.
That's right.
Man,
Okay.
man, I definitely will. Just send me the address. And thank you so much for your kindness. I really love you guys. Thank
All right, Al-Amin, thanks so much. I appreciate
Bye-bye.
it.